Hello and good evening, everybody. 28th of June 2024 वीकली राउंडअप। जैसे कि हम सुबह प्री मार्केट अपडेट में बात कर रहे थे, आज की हम एक जो स्क्रिप्ट्स हम प्री मार्केट अपडेट में आपसे डिस्कस करते हैं उसके बारे में वीकली कवरेज एक करेंगे। बट उसके पहले उससे इम्पोर्टेंट काम करते हैं। टुडे इट्स फ्राइडे और फाइनली हमारे को मौका मिलेगा कि आज हम मिस्टर अंकित खंडेलवाल से एक बार बैठ के बात करें, समझें कि अभी मार्केट में क्या हुआ और आने वाली वीक में क्या होने वाला है। तो विदाउट वेस्टिंग मच ऑफ टाइम, लेट्स ब्रिंग हिम इन and see as to what he has for us today. Hi Ankit, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening. I'm very well. How are you?
I am good and the markets are good as well.
Oh yes,
24,000 पे लेके चले गए, आगे क्या?
Bilkul. In fact, this has been a very outstanding week. It has been the kind of week that a lot of market participants, if I may say, were hoping for a long time. No doubt about it. Okay, but see what has happened is. Like I said, if you remember last video में मैंने बोला था if you're a trader, do not make the mistake of shorting the market. ये मार्केट शॉर्ट करने का है ही नहीं बेसिकली. ये मार्केट अभी भी शॉर्ट करने का नहीं है as tempting as it may sound, because back of the mind one thinks that 24,000 हो गया, 24,100 हो गया, अभी कहाँ जाएगा, मतलब कितना वैल्यूएशन हो जाएगा. To be honest, if you really look at fundamental valuation, it is extremely stretched. But you and I both know that it's a liquidity game, and markets are not really looking at fundamental valuations to the point. But coming back to Nifty levels, we started 23,500. What was last week basically 23,500. Then this week every day has been a newer high, and two or three life highs happened. 24,000 again, a very big step, very big psychological level for Nifty. ये पार किया, and it's more important to see that how the market has accomplished this. First, it did not, there has been absolutely no resistance. It looks like it was a very smooth crossover to 24,000, and then it stayed there. It closed above it, and then it did a gap up opening today, and then it stayed up. And even towards the second half of the day, or even last hour, when you saw some sort of profit booking coming in, it went down also below 24,000, but again 24,010, just marginally above the psychological market has closed the week. Okay, this again is become, it's pushed the market in a very technical buy zone. If you look at the charts, the it has made a successive higher high, which is obviously suggesting that this kind of movement is going to continue.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's been, obviously this has been on backing of a lot of heavyweights this week. This week, we saw a major movement in HDFC. 2 दिन 3% करके HDFC, साथ साथ all the other banking stocks, whether you take ICICI Bank or Axis Bank or State Bank, they all took their turns to move up. So that was there. Cement stocks did a fair bit of rally. There was this news of Ultratech, gaining about 5% because they're planning to buy a stake in India Cements, their rivals, 23 odd percent. So there was this thing. Then again, कल और आज में there's news that Jio and Bharti, they are planning to hike up their mobile tariffs, which has been kind of because of Jio and the competition it has had in the space, it has been fairly low. and this the markets believe will translate into a very good news for telecom stocks. That was there. Then again, something that has not moved since March, uh, your IT. In fact, this week, one of the day, NSE IT saw a 2% upside, which is which is the highest it has seen since March. So so basically, what I'm trying to say is, in all small pockets of the market, in all small sectors, there's been little movement, which is actually contributed towards upside of Nifty. One day there was there was a like a 3.5% increase in Reliance. So so when these heavyweights are moving up to the tune of 2, 3, 4%, then there is no way that you can stop Nifty from not scaling new highs. So and it has happened across the world. It's not आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि ये वीक के लिए HDFC बैंक जिम्मेदार है. नहीं, it has been through and through. So this is largely how the week was characterized basically, and yeah, that's it.
But Ankit, one thing I really want to understand, in the very beginning of your commentary, you told us that shorting the market is not a right idea. But at our end, the big question is that if retail is holding, they have their deliveries, should they start book profits and exit the markets, or they should stay invested and enjoy the rally further?
In if they are long, is what you're saying, asking.
Right.
If they're long and it's a trading call, I
Mm-hmm.
think they can wait for the coming week,
Okay.
because what I see from here, I don't see much of a see. Like the range I talked about,
Hmm.
it had 23,500 as the median of the range.
Right.
500 points here, 200, 300 points super. So it is clearly, market is the kind of strength it has shown. Although I'm
Hmm.
not completely convinced by the volumes, but the kind of
Okay.
movement, the kind of strength it has shown, I am now getting a little convinced that इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग अंडर करंट के साथ वो वापस जो 23,500 के एकदम 500 पॉइंट नीचे वाली एरिया है, वो थोड़ा अभी मुश्किल है इन एब्सेंस ऑफ एनी मेजर नेगेटिव ट्रिगर. So I feel that the downside is not so much. So there's a fair chance that next week we might see a further life high. तो वो एक उस कर सकते हैं, बट हाँ, वो कहाँ तक जाएगा, अगेन वी आर इन अ कंप्लीटली अनचार्टेड जोन. तो वो लेवल्स कहाँ तक जाएंगे, व्हाट विल बी द आइडियल टॉप, what will be the best profit booking, is not something that I can predict, or anybody can with precision. But yeah, if you're long in the market, good for you. You must be having a, and if you have sold off your position and you booked your profits, I'm 100% sure you're going to have a brilliant weekend. बट रचित,
Okay.
ये जो लास्ट का 1 आवर में जो सेल ऑफ था, ये उन्हीं लोगों का था.
हाँ.
हाँ, ये उन्हीं लोगों का था. बिकॉज क्या है, बिकॉज with this kind of volatility and high movement in the market, a small retailer, small individual trader, it is very difficult for them to keep a position, medium or large, whatever, keep a position and wait for the entire weekend of events.
Very difficult. At
It
such
is.
levels, it is discomforting as well.
Yes, because if something is to happen, and on a Sunday, and Monday sees a 300, 400 point gap down, then their
Hmm.
margin call is going to be in lakhs.
Right.
So having said that, I think if a trader or a retail client is looking to relax and enjoy without any stress. The best thing is if you're sitting on a profit, book it and then take a call on Monday.
Okay, so talking about Monday and the next week, what do you see happening the next week? Any important triggers or any levels that we should look at?
देखिए triggers as such नहीं है.
Okay,
Or news flow will be there. Corporate news flow will be there. So that will affect stock specifically or industry wise. Uh, Now more and more, now as the budget is approaching, more and more news related to SOPs to various industries and all that is coming up. I heard something surfacing about the textile industry, that they might get some kind of relief or anything. But these kind of news floats in before every budget. And honestly, we have seen that this kind of news also gives a momentary movement to that particular sector, and then it fizzles out. So I don't think anything game changing or path defying is going to come in. In that light, I don't see markets going down a lot. I think ये जो range है, रेंज मैंने जो आपको रेंज बोली है, मे बी आप 23,500 को आप बेस मान सकते हैं और 24,500 को टॉप मान लीजिए, एंड उसके मीडियन पे ये खेलेगा. तो अगले वीक भी मेरे को अंडर करंट अभी भी पॉजिटिव ही है, बट it will stay on in the range. It may, and I am hoping that market stays sometime in the sideways range, because again, the kind of volume we need for good amount of fresh buying coming in at this level, वो volume के लिए थोड़ा everybody has to be confident of these levels.
perfect. So, as much as I can understand, booking profit only closing below 23,500 is advisable, or else we should wait for 24,500 levels. Only then we should see and understand if we are getting decent profits. We should book profits. But also, I believe it is important not to have leverage positions or positions which can actually give you big margin calls. Also, one thing more, I would like to congratulate. There was a weekly roundup in which we had done a coverage of idea FPO as well, wherein both of us were discussing, and we had given our clients an idea that you should invest in ideas FPO, and that was at rupees 11, and I believe that was 2 months back, and now
Yeah.
it has crossed 18. So
18,
I
yeah.
think all the followers and all the people who are watching the channel and regularly listening to what we are saying and discussing are making good and decent amount of money. So it was amazing again connecting with you and understanding as to what we need to do, because the times are quite confusing. And when we watch the TV channels and some of the other YouTube channels, people are confusing. Like today at 60 points negative, people were saying you should book profits, and 60 points plus, when it again got to 60 points plus, they were saying it is time to buy into the markets again. So things are confusing, but your weekly dose is always a good guiding force and guiding light to us. So thank you for joining us, and again we will get back to you next week and understand as to what we need to do further.
Done. Okay, right. Bye bye. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.